Welcome to Big Dick's Picks. And no, this is not a dick measuring contest. This is your one stop shop for all your sports betting, sports podcast needs. I'm Big Mo. I'm joined here today with two other wonderful co hosts. Actually, no, there's three, but I'll let EPR introduce him. But, anyways, Amesy, how you doing? What's going on this week?
Big Mo, I am riding high. I'm riding high. I'm now 2 for 6 on the year. That's a 33% of greatness with our bets, but 2 for 3 last week. The golden locks were working. Hit my first parlay, and personally still lost money. So it was a bit of a roller coaster there in the weekend. But it was a good week. It was a good week.
I would agree. Yeah, it was a good week for you. I'm stoked to see that you're finally on the board. I'm a
I am.
little bit upset that you passed me for overall profitability, but you know
We're
what? That's
still we're still chasing, still chasing the monster,
yep.
but we're coming closer.
And speaking of the monster, I know EPR had some news about him, but first, EPR, how are you doing this week?
Oh, fantastic. Just if anyone saw the standings, they'd know that I'm killing it, being negative. So, but hey, I also got on the board with one win. I pulled it out.
There you
So
go.
yeah, hoping to raise that right now. Anyone could just bet the opposite of what I've picked right now, and they'd be billionaires. So
Maybe
yeah,
you're
I'll
just
take
going
that.
in order, first week you were
Yeah.
0%, this
Oh,
week 1 for 3, next week, maybe still don't bet him, he's 2 for 3, but the week after,
all
like,
three.
put your everything you own on it.
Yeah. But
Firing up an old locomotive. That's what EPR is.
Use a diesel.
choo choo.
Yeah, gotta let it
Well,
run for a little bit.
our third, well, not third, our fourth member, we've got Big Dick. I actually have some good news and bad news on that. I don't know what
Start
you
with the
guys.
good news.
Yeah, good news. Well, good news is I got him out of my house. So
What?
yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
dude.
He's not. I don't have to look at his face. He doesn't have to give me any stares. He's not flipping me off. But the bad news is he went out to Walmart and bought a shitty mic, and he has his own now. So he's with us the whole time, and there's really nothing that we can do about it. So I kind of apologize in advance, but
Oh, fuck. That sucks,
Richard
man. That
is going to be
sucks.
here with us.
Stop calling me
Glad
Richard.
you're willing to,
My name's Dick.
what do you got? Okay, Dick. Well, I'm glad you were able to spend a whole, what, $11 on the podcast. You
I
really
don't
care,
think it
man.
was that. I don't think he spent that. I saw the receipt.
I'm pretty sure
Ugh.
he stole it. He definitely stole it. He didn't buy it.
Yeah, okay, that sounds better. That sounds right.
Probably accurate.
No.
Oh, no. He disagrees.
All right. Well, hopefully we can just mute Big Dick now since he has a microphone or
We
something.
can.
Cause
Yeah, we
oh,
actually
good,
can.
good.
Yep.
All right, that's good. Well, and then yeah, thanks for introducing him, EPR. I think that's all we're gonna let him say for now. Hopefully, um, but for all of the fans out there that were following along last week, we had our first guest of the show join us. That was Mikey. He just a recap of how he did last week. He went 2-0-1 and total profitability of plus 280, which leads me to our very very special guest, our second ever guest on Big Dick's Picks. This guy is interesting. I don't even know if it's a guy, honestly. I don't
We
want to assume, but
yeah.
I was just walking home from a game and was walking through downtown Denver. Ended up seeing this bridge, and it looked like there was someone under it. Yeah, he lunged out at me, started talking to me about sports betting, and apparently he's a big fan. So, without further ado, everybody, let's welcome onto the pod for his first ever appearance, second ever guest, Salty.
It's me,
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
You really did
Alright,
find him
I am
under a bridge. I thought you were
I should
joking.
have
wow, I am
I should have warned you about his voice, but you know what? He's got absolutely solid picks. And Salty, I'm sorry, are you a he?
Hey, fuck you. I go by it. You gotta know my pronouns. I told you first thing under that bridge, you bitch.
All right.
Salty.
All right. I mean,
I think there's going to be
man,
an issue because
2023, you do you, but something's wrong there.
yeah, Big Dick definitely has certain problems with people. He was already giving me a hard time, and I thought I was fairly normal.
My doctor says I should stop smoking these darts
Oh.
because it's going to severely shorten my lifespan. But after hearing Salty's voice, I think I'm going to rip a few more just to accelerate the process.
Oh God.
Okay.
Uh,
You're choking your Walmart fucking mic, you fucker.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, this is
There's
gonna be a
some,
feud.
There's some animosity already.
I mean, Big Dick, you're not exactly, the lead in the choir. Like, you can't be going around insulting people's voice.
Well,
Ah,
I don't think he believes you.
Thanks for the one laugh.
He's not giving you anything. We can't stop him today, and
Alright.
that makes me nervous.
Oh. Mute his ass, Jesus.
Oh man. Well, hopefully we can get through this pod with without just absolutely dying of our ears shattering from the lows of Big Dick's voice and the highs of Salty there. But anyways, for Salty to get up on that March Madness leaderboard, for anyone that hasn't listened yet, every week we're going to be comparing our guests' records against each other in a March Madness style bracket at the end of the season. And Salty, you have a tough road ahead of you going up against Mikey for the
Yeah,
first
he
one,
does.
2-0-1. So hopefully you have some good picks in there and go 3-0 and take that first overall spot.
Salty never loses.
All right, that's
All right.
what our listeners like. They want wins. So hopefully we can all deliver this week.
If we all go
Well,
3 for
speaking
3,
of-
what do we do?
Man, I don't know. That's a problem I'd love to have. But
Yeah.
speaking of wins, let's get to the snake draft where the current winner may be myself, Amesy. We'll see if I can hold on to the title 2 weeks in a row.
Oh. All right. That's fair. Rub it in a little bit.
All right. So, yeah, Amesy mentioned it there. For any new listeners out there, we are doing a snake draft to begin every podcast. It's a random topic that we all agree on, and we try and pick the best overall draft board against each other with our guest every week choosing the winner. So, Salty, make sure you're listening. Make sure the homeless people aren't coming in trying to take your territory underneath the bridge. And let's kick it off. EPR, you wanna kick us off first?
I can kick us off, but I think if we want to do this in the most fair way from previously, I think I kicked off the very first one. Amesy had the second. I think actually it's you. So
Oh, Big Mo's taking the lead.
Big
Okay.
Mo, I think you were the one that actually came up with the idea. So I'd feel like I'd take your thunder if I started it.
EPR,
All
you're
right.
going to be running second then? I run the wraparound?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
I will gladly take the first overall pick in the snake draft. And this week's snake draft topic is going to be, what is the most disrespectful thing you could do as a fan in the opposing team stadium?
Oh boy.
For the first overall pick, I'm going to select dump 60 gallons of ketchup down the bleacher stairs.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That actually, I kid you not, was a similar one on my board. So I'm a little jealous you did get first pick. Maybe I shouldn't have deferred.
I mean, I like that, you could just go like straight oil slick, but that's just kind of, just straight dangerous. Ketchup, not only is it dangerous, but also it's kind of a dick move. So it's kind of a win-win there to be a disrespectful fan.
Very disrespectful move.
Unless you're a human
Especially,
French fry.
hey, if it's not a dome, I mean the Sunday sun just roasting down on the ketchup, boy, that's gonna smell terrible.
Yeah, hopefully no one notices it before you get out of there, because that's a lot of cleanup, and hopefully they don't stick you with it.
No joke.
All right.
Well,
That's a
all
good
right.
first pick. That's
Yeah.
a good first round.
Good first pick. Second overall here for me. I have to go with one that I'm just kind of afraid it's not going to last long enough. So that's why I bumped it up. It was kind of my second rounder, but uh, graffitiing the bathroom walls with human excrement would be my number one.
Wow.
Salty, isn't
Okay.
that something you've done before?
Maybe yes.
Salty loves sauce. Salty sauce all over the walls in the bathroom.
Oh
Man,
no.
I knew
I
it.
do
I
not
knew
want
it.
to visit your bridge.
I, I'm starting to wonder if the bridge crosses a river or just Salty's his streaks. So it's just so you don't step
Ooh.
on his terrain.
Oh man. All right. Thankfully I thought about it, but I did not have that on my board. Um, my first round talent here, I am going to, and this is going to be specifically for a dome, playing in a dome, and it is going to be releasing a swarm of locusts. So, there's a there's a reason it was in the Bible and why you don't want to
Let's
get into
see.
it. Releasing a swarm of locusts, you wear one of those big coats. As soon as the game starts, whistle blows, release the jacket, and the locusts come pouring out. It's a great move.
That
I
would be a
like it.
very good move if you weren't trying to torture everybody. But yeah, that's fair.
Well, I mean, but some teams they already torture their fans. So
True.
maybe it's a bad team playing a
Like
good team, and we just
Broncos.
want everyone. Yeah, we just want everyone to have a bad time. It's a Broncos Dolphins situation. Let's see. I gotta
You get the
decide what I want to make
wraparound.
sure you guys don't take on my board. I'm not used to these two picks in a
Well,
row.
you're on the clock,
Um,
so you're running out of time.
all right, I'm gonna go with this. This is a classic one. Get it from the old SpongeBob tales.
No.
There, you're gonna get all of the opposing fans together, and you're just gonna push the stadium somewhere else. So everyone's just
I,
gonna, you know, go outside the stadium, and you're just gonna push it somewhere else.
no
Come on.
way.
I
I
heard that's how the Bears are relocating to Arlington Heights.
Exactly. Yeah, you disrespect someone, you just push their stadium somewhere else.
I
That's
like
right.
it.
I am I I'm impressed, but I actually think you reached a little bit. I had
Oh,
that in
come
my
on.
No,
All
I
right, all
actually
right.
had that as my third round pick. So,
Oh, okay. Well, with the wraparound, it wouldn't have gotten back to me.
well,
I
that's
think
true. That's
I think
true.
if you would have just thrown in if they disrespectfully pushed the stadium somewhere else, I would have agreed that it's a
That's
second round talent. But
You know what? I'm not gonna
man,
lie, that was an incredible blunder. An incredible blunder.
That's true.
Crap. All right, I'm gonna have to bring it up in these late rounds.
But
all right,
it's a
Anyway,
it's
fair.
it's
what
a
do you
good
got,
thought.
EPR?
All right. Second round, second pick here. I'm not trying to go with a theme. I just think this would be extremely disrespectful. It would be putting laxatives in the food of the mobile vendor merchants near the home section. So those guys that are walking up the aisles, with their peanuts and all those other things, they're actually just serving out laxatives to every home fan over there.
All right. I like it. I will say how
You do this as a visitor,
that's
by
a
the way.
big
Yeah,
that's a
let me
lot of
clarify.
espionage. How are they able to, that's either a lot of money you're shelling out to the staff or a lot of espionage that you have to go through doing that in the home stadium.
I don't
Yeah.
know about espionage. I think if you just got to the game super early, you
Yep.
camped out with Salty under the bridge and then just trickled into the stadium. I think I
Man, I'm
think
not
that's
going
totally
under that
doable.
bridge. That's fair.
Actually,
That's fair.
he was kind of my inspiration for it because he would be
Okay.
part of it, right? You would need
It's his
someone else
paint.
to, yeah, yeah.
Salty loves the diarrhea.
Uh, oh boy,
Woo.
oh boy. Well, on that note, what do you got, Big Mo?
You know what? I'm kind of second guessing this because I know that Salty's the judge and seems like he really likes fecal matter, but you know what? I don't have any fecal matter in my picks here. But you know what? I think this one is a classic. I think it is one of the most disrespectful things you could do at an opposing stadium. You guys know how annoying, those air horns are or cowbells.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if a fan, every time they scored, just fired his pepper spray canister off into the air. Just whoop,
Huh.
whoop. That would be pretty disrespectful.
Yikes.
It definitely would be to everyone around,
Wow.
especially in stadiums that again have a bit of a windy current.
That's true. A windy
Yeah.
current, or dare I say it again, a dome situation. You're going to
Yes.
have just a haze starting to sit above the field.
Yeah,
It
you go
also
in there
could
thinking
be.
it's a concert. Nope, just pepper spray in the air.
It also could be a good defense to Ames's locust
That's
situation there
true.
earlier.
That's true. It's kind of a
Yeah.
rock, paper, scissors situation.
What if it just
Yeah.
seasons them and just makes them spicy?
Spicy locusts.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That
hear
sounds
that's
like a
quite a treat
delicacy
down
for
there in
Salty.
Mexico. Yeah. Yeah, very high in protein.
Salty, is that what you enjoy as a snack under your bridge?
Salty loves saucy locust. Saucy, I love it.
Oh man.
I
Oh
know Salty
man.
doesn't like pepper spray though. The cops have gotten him a few times.
I can't stand the cops. They're always trying to get me out of my bridge.
Oh boy.
No wonder he marks his territory with the fecal matter we were talking about earlier. It all makes sense now.
Does make sense.
Yikes. Well, you get your wrap around here. I believe you're leading the third for us.
All right. So leading off the third, I'm gonna change around my third and my fourth round picks. I don't think you guys are even in the territory of my fourth round pick, so I'm gonna
Okay.
let that one slide a little bit. Sort of similar to EPR's, but a little bit more aggressive, a lot more disrespectful. My third round pick is to poison the other team's town's water supply.
Oh.
Ah, okay. We're going out of the stadium and into their homes. All
Into
right.
their water supply, into their guts, and straight death
I
for
guess-
that entire town.
I guess you really should have brought Gatorade if that's the case, but that's going to affect everything.
I mean, I will say that's a one up to poisoning in the stadium. You're just, pretty much getting rid of a corner of the United States.
Well, I mean, poisoning in the stadium. Are you talking the laxatives? Because that's not poison. There's some people that might
Oh.
appreciate it. Truthfully, you
I
don't know.
guess it's fair.
Yeah, a bunch of people that are going to the Colts games, they're all constipated. Every one of them's constipated. They can't shit. So that would be not disrespectful then, EPR. So keep that in mind, Salty.
Salty once tried to break into someone's home, and then they kicked him out.
That was good of them. Yeah, I'm
I
glad
don't
they did
think
that.
I don't think you should admit that on air, Salty. I think they might be looking for you.
I mean, we haven't given up its address, its bridge address. So
No.
you're currently still in the clear.
Yeah. Well,
They'll never find me.
that sounds like a threat. All right. Before he scares any more people listening, I'm gonna lead off mine here. So I also made a few changes. This one to me isn't too far fetched. I think we've all seen it. We all had feelings about this a few years ago, but really disrespectful thing is planting your school's flag in the center of the opposing team's field. I think that would be one that would
Okay.
definitely constitute as disrespectful.
That really pissed off Oregon when CU was playing them. So I like that one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield
what was
kind
your,
of caught that one. So
Mm-hmm.
What was your third pick there, Big Mo? Just want to make sure I have my picks ready.
My third pick was to poison the other team's town's water supply.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That was the
Yep.
poisoning of the water supply. Good.
Yep.
All right. Cool. I'm just making sure I gotta have my board nice and ready. Okay, flag planted. Great move. Poisoning water supply. That is off my list. I'm gonna have to cross that out. Okay.
Suck
End
it,
of the
bitch.
third end of the third round. All right, you took a heavy hitter, so I'm gonna have to bring in a bit of a creative one. This one we've done a couple dome options here. This is for an open stadium. Open stadium. I'm just going to say bringing in a massive magnifying glass to slowly burn the team. So you're
Oh.
gonna have to position that magnifying glass like you do with an ant, and you want to try and slowly burn the players that are not on your current team. So a bit of a strategic move, but if it works out well, it could really not only be disrespectful, but also help your team get the win.
Um, I'm gonna just have to say that as the ginger of this club, um, that's certainly a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Because that's gonna affect them way quicker. You better hope people are wearing
Oh
helmets.
boy. Not only are they going to get burned, but also they are going to have a much higher risk of skin cancer later in life.
Yes,
So,
yes. Wow,
it's
that is
kind of like the poisoning the water supply. It
mhm,
does hit them where it hurts.
that is very disrespectful.
Um
Disrespect. I like it.
Finally,
okay, and
finally,
then
one he picked disrespectfully. I like it.
Yep.
thank you. Thank you. I learned my lesson. And my final pick, now we're looping around to the last round.
Hmm.
Um, this one, it's gonna take a little bit of coordination. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of like those flash mobs. You may have to practice a little bit. Let's say, it's the third quarter, one word is said or a certain time hits in that corner, and there is a coordinated parachute onto the field. You're gonna be giving every single person in on your team in the stadium a parachute, and together like 20,000 people are going to parachute onto the field and do whatever the fuck they want. So it's going to be ultimate disrespect, and that is definitely getting on Sports Center.
I agree with the Sports Center part, but I also feel like there might be some air collisions and a few possible
Hey, they're
deaths.
they're the most disrespectful collisions you've ever seen.
They
Just
big
collide and then flip each other off as you fall to your death.
Big
Yeah,
Mo,
you're
does it?
disrespectful to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't know about you, Big Mo. It just kind of feels like he thought this draft went like 10 rounds, and he's really reaching for the bottom. So,
Yeah, he's like Bill Belichick drafting a kicker in the first round here.
yeah.
I think. I don't know if the
Man, you are
title's
trying
gonna
to
come
knock
back.
off, trying to, cut the head off the snake, knock off the leader of the snake draft right here. I see it.
I
I
mean,
see it. I'm absorbing the blow.
you had a very stout, unbeatable draft last week, but this was not your best step forward, in my opinion. But that's fine. We're not the judge. Salty has his own opinions, and
Hmm.
they seem to be slightly terrifying. So everyone's in this game at this point. All
All right.
right. Does
Well,
that
APR, kick it off for your fourth round pick.
fourth and final pick for myself? This one might, you could call it disrespectful, but you could also maybe call it questionable. It would be calling in a bomb threat from the opposing QB's phone to have him taken out of the game. So that way, their fans, everybody's devastated when the cops all of a sudden just come in. FBI rolls up, grabs this guy, pulls him out. But the game's got to continue, right? One guy doesn't
Yeah.
stop everything.
Yeah, I mean that's it'd be pretty shocking.
That's a really effective and disrespectful tactic. I
Yeah.
like it.
Thank you, thank you. Didn't involve shit this time.
Salty doesn't like that.
So to say, you've been really playing to the judge there, EPR.
Hey, I had no idea that I was dealing with Salty this week, and we hadn't spoken prior, so that was just coincidental.
Hey, it worked out,
It did.
and I think that my fourth and final pick is going to work out for Salty to determine that I am the ultimate snake draft champion this week. This one is going to be the long con. It's quite a bit of work, but at a fourth round pick, it is well worth it. That long con is to get an announcing job for the opposing team. Work there for 30 plus years, become senior broadcaster, and then when the time is right, read off all of the fans' social security numbers over the loudspeaker.
Oh man,
Wow.
that is
Okay,
disrespectful. You earned
that
their
is a
trust
lot of work.
for 30 years, and then you
I mean,
drop that hammer on them.
just think about how hard that's going to be for all of those fans to call and fix all of their shit. It's all going to be on the dark web. They're going to figure out, which husbands are cheating on which wives, and blackmail is going to be going all around. It's going to be quite a shit show for whichever team you hate.
And
I
I will say, like, nothing is more disrespectful than a government website slash call center that you have to sit on line for, maybe 90 minutes. Maybe you have to take a half day off of work to fix this mistake. I mean, that's
Mhm.
disrespect is up there. That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
I appreciate that.
That's shocking. We let that go to the end. Truthfully. Truthfully.
I agree. I was actually shocked that I picked that up as Mr. Irrelevant there at the end, or it irrelevant for Salty.
Yeah.
So
Does this lead it to Salty to
yeah,
judge?
It
yeah,
does.
it's Salty's
Does he
Salty's time to
understand the
judge. But
rules?
first, I think so. First, Salty,
Oh, by the
is
way,
there anything
real
you'd want
quick,
to do? Oh yeah,
real
what's up?
quick, I will say, I am. By the way, just to everyone, just so they know, I like Bridges.
Oh.
I like Bridges too, and I
Okay,
like
you're just
shit.
you're just
I like
trying to
shit.
butter up,
you.
you know, you're just trying to butter up the judge. Mine was genuine.
I just
I
just
like the
like shit.
homeless. I like shit. I like Bridges,
Uh-huh.
and more importantly, I like Salty. And Salty, is there anything that's disrespectful that you would want to do in a stadium?
I can't imagine.
One time, Salty went to Joe Louis Arena and did uppy duckies in all the bathrooms. Spread his sauce all around.
He's consistent. He's
So what's an uppy decky there, Salty?
Salty decided using regular toilet was not good enough, and Salty went and pooped in the upper part of the toilet. But it wasn't poop, it was my delicious saucy.
For anyone trying to decipher what he just said, upper decky, you could just Google that one. We will not describe that. We'll just let that one lie. Oh.
Fuck, that's a really good one there, Salty, and it sounds like you've actually done it. So without further ado, what's
Or
what's
further
your pick for the
ado.
winner? Yeah, further ado. What's your pick for the winner of the snake draft there, Salty?
Salty really likes magnifying glass. Makes Salty saucy very cookie.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Likes the magnifying glass. Any others that struck your fancy?
Salty likes bomb threats. Salty did that once too. Salty also likes when the ketchup was running downstairs. Reminds him of his saucy.
It sounds like he just likes anything to do with being disrespectful to other
While
fans.
Salty was talking, Big Mo, I think you ran into a big problem with your final pick that was great. I don't think Salty has a social security number.
Salty has no numbers. Salty doesn't believe in numbers. Salty's an it.
Damn.
Doesn't Salty like sports betting though? That's some
I
numbers.
like money. I
Yeah.
like wind and bunny.
All right, we agree on something.
All right. I don't think we got a clear winner though. Salty, is it Big Mo, EPR, or Angie as the winner this week?
Salty like Angie, cause then the
Let's go.
will cook my saucy.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my god.
that is the weakest
weeks in a
one. How does he
row.
pull? All right, how about
Oh,
this?
my.
We'll give you the live. Out of respect to Salty, because I'll be honest, I'm a little afraid of him.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, hold on.
I'm
Listen.
picking
I'm a little afraid of him. We'll give you the win here, but how about we let our fans decide here? You guys can vote. Drop some comments. Tell us who you think won, because I think we needed some other perspectives. Big Mo, do you think that's fair?
The judge picked the winner, and I think we should just listen to the judge.
Yeah, you should listen to Salty. I know where you live. I'll break into your house.
That's
Oh,
right,
boy.
Judge.
I don't know if you're gonna want to, because Big Dick is here. So
I thought he moved out.
he left. He didn't move out. I kicked him out, so he went to go
Gotcha.
get that microphone just so he could join us again.
So you didn't get
Yeah.
rid of the squatter.
No,
That makes sense.
I cannot do that.
No
that
shot.
makes sense.
Well, Judge, I really respect your decision. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll do my best to make you proud next week as well.
Thank you for magnifying glass.
I'm appalled.
All
Oh
right.
my god, I can't believe you won that. I cannot
Yeah.
believe you won that. That's wow.
I'm in agreement here.
You know,
Well,
I can believe.
yeah, of course you can. Of course you can.
All right, we ready to do some sports, folks?
Yes, I think
I
it's
think so.
time we unfortunately have to hear a little bit more from Big Dick and what he thinks after his success last week, because he did again surprisingly well. So I don't know.
And just for our listeners out there, the overall format of how we're competing against each other is based off of how many picks we get correct. As of right now, Big Dick has the lead. I still can't call him Richard anymore. If he's in first, he's Big Dick, and we're just gonna have to keep looking at him at the top of the leaderboard. But Big Dick currently is at 4-2 for his picks and is at plus $615 net. I guess Big Dick, take it away. What are your picks?
All right, for my first pick, I'm going to show EPR how to truly win a parlay.
No.
I've got the Jaguars, Patriots, and Raiders to all win for plus 1425. Trevor Lawrence is pretending to be hurt to throw off the other team on his game plan. It's obvious. Patriots have superior coaching, and I trust Belichick when he says he's got a plan to turn things around. And the Raiders have the toughest matchup of the week, but without Fields playing for the Bears, I think this becomes an open season and a no-tag limit.
Okay. Hot take.
All
Hot
right.
take. I
So-
don't appreciate the immediate shade because I'll have you know, Big Dick, I actually won one this week.
Oh, did EPR finally win a bet?
Yeah. Yes. Fuck you. Okay. This is what I have to
Man.
deal with when he's here. So you guys are very fortunate that you don't have to deal with him as
I'm
often as
so
I
happy
do.
to be at home right now. I'd rather be at
Same.
home, or I'd rather be at Salty's under Salty's bridge.
There's plenty of room.
I'm sure
There
there's
you go.
I'm sure there's tons of room. Oh my gosh.
I do just have to
So
comment
what?
on Big Dick's pick there. I really
Mhm.
like the Jags. I really like the Raiders. The Pats is scary, but I actually kind of see Belichick pulling out all the stops. I think he's going to have cameras in the opposing team's locker rooms. I think he's going to figure out what their
And
plays are, figure out their signals, and he's going to make sure he doesn't get fired by the end of the season.
yeah, I personally I don't think he has any fear of being fired just because of his tenure and experience, but I actually do agree from that standpoint that he could pull out the stops. I still don't think that they pull out the win here. I think Big Dick is just trying to put together a ridiculous parlay just to spit in my face. So
He's
that's
feeling
what I
really
think.
hot. I mean,
That's
he's feeling really hot. I think he's Icarus. He's flown too close to the sun at this point. Jags definitely could pull it off. Maybe about the Raiders, but you'll see how I feel about the Bills Pats later on. I do not think he's called that one correctly. Sorry, Belichick.
If he did though, those odds are plus 1,425. That's a $1,400 profit on a $100 bet if he does
yeah.
hit. So
Wow.
we're screwed if that hits.
Yeah, he
Man.
You think I should buy a Lambo with my winnings?
I don't think you
Dude.
can with
Lambos are a little more than that, bud.
How much is a Lamborghini?
I don't know, 500,000.
yeah, at least probably. Oh, okay. Well, what's
I'm
your
gonna be I'm gonna be shivering in my bed tonight if he wins that. This is just gonna become his podcast. I mean, it is named after him.
He
That's
didn't give
true.
us a choice. It was kind of a threat he made, but
Yeah, Revolver will have a funny way of changing your mind.
it does. It does. Well, give us your second pick, Big Dick, and get it over with.
My second pick is a no-brainer because I'm betting on the best player to ever play the game. That's right, taking LeBron and the Lakers against the Nuggets. Plus 170 against a team called Nuggets. The butt nuggets are gonna make me rich.
Do you know those? What's that, Salty? What'd you say?
Fuck Big Dick. He's just a piece of shit.
How about you
Wow,
shut the
Salty
He
fuck
doesn't
up?
really is.
Salty
Oh,
doesn't like LeBron, or Salty does like LeBron. No, Salty doesn't like LeBron, right?
well,
All
Big
right. Well,
Dick,
I
Big
call
Dick.
him Mickey Mouse.
oh, okay.
Well, it sounds like to me that Big Dick is unaware that the Nuggets won last year. So, that being said, they already beat the Lakers. That's just my thoughts. Again, I'm not the big basketball follower here. You guys can give me your input. I think Big Dick is just, again, getting way too confident. And I don't know what his deal is with LeBron. He's
I'm not a
definitely
big.
not the best of all time. There's no way you're beating out Jordan. Sorry, Big Dick.
I'm not a big basketball fan either, but I am a big Nuggets fan, being Colorado sports.
Uh huh.
And I know that series was about as one-sided as a fat chick getting into a convertible.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, I
Oh, well, that's
oh
true.
man, that's true, man. So I think I probably watched the most basketball of the three of us and Salty. Um, but I just, the Lakers are they're in a it's pretty much a transition year of finding out if Anthony Davis is actually going to turn into the leader he was supposed to turn into like 3 years ago. And the Nuggets, I am a bit of a homer, like Big Mo when it comes to Nuggets. I'm super high on them this year. I really don't think them losing Bruce Brown is going to do too much to their actual team, and they
No,
did sweep them last year. So unless they're asleep at the wheel, I think the Nuggets are going to pull it out.
I agree. I agree. Well,
All
Big
right,
Dick's
Big Dick,
allowed to be wrong, but
get
he
your
so
third
far
and
hasn't
final
been.
pick out. Yeah, just get your third pick out. I'm tired of hearing it, Big Dick. Come on.
My third pick is the easiest parlay I've ever had to make. Let me ask you, ever seen a cripple win a fight? Me neither. I'm picking Islam Makhachev against Alexander Volkanovski and Khamzat Chimaev against Kamaru Usman. Volkanovski couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. And don't even get me started with Chimaev's opponent. Usman thinks he's a bag of Orville Redenbacher with all the popping sounds he's making. Easy win for both Chimaev and Makhachev.
I agree that it should be a win by both of those guys. Orville Redenbacher, is he saying that just because the recent news coming out about Usman hearing a popping sound? Is that why he's going off about that? Did you guys
That's
hear
all I
about
can
that?
think. That's all I can think about, and I didn't even think about that part of it. But
Yeah.
I did know Volk.
Oh.
Volk was coming off of surgery, so I think that one is a lock to bet against Volk in that fight. I'm not as sure on the other one, but man, that's a scary parlay. That's a good parlay. That's
What's it for again? What are the odds there?
it's minus 133, and that's the
Minus
UFC fight coming
133.
up this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, here's the thing. I think honestly, I don't know too much about the UFC, and I really don't want to pick against Big Dick 3 picks in a row since he's currently winning a shit ton. So I'm gonna say, sure, yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're going with it, then I guess the leader from last week, we should kick it to him. That's Amesy. He went 2-3 last week. He went 0-3 the week before, but overall profitability went up to plus 103. He passed me with the same record at 2-4. Amesy, what do you
Let's
got for your
go.
picks?
All right. This week, I may be a little overconfident. I got a couple big ones this week. I'm gonna start with my lock of the week. It is going to be against Big Dick. I'm taking the Bills -9 for minus 110. And that's like my safe bet of the week. The Bills are, one of the most hot and cold teams out there, but they always bounce back, especially in October. Like the Bills in October, if the Bills were played like they did in October the last 3 or 4 years, they'd probably have 2 Super Bowls. And they're playing against I think maybe a junior college team, you could say, as the New England Patriots. So -9, I think, is a pretty easy cover. I like that. I like that pick. I'd say it's a lock. I'd say
You
it's a lock.
you'd say it's a lock?
It's a
Yeah.
lock. The only thing you should lock is your mouth.
Okay, big dick.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Dick. 2 and 3 last week. I'm coming back. I'm coming out for the depth. But I see you. I see you. I said.
Yeah, he does not respect you at all.
But well, you know what? This week I'm gonna beat his ass this week because now we're moving to my parlay. I won my parlay last week. This week, bit of a homer bet. I'm going Packers -1 over the Broncos. Broncos, a lot of injuries. And the Packers really haven't played up to their potential since week 1.
That's for sure.
I think that Aaron Jones is supposed to be back. That's a big piece of their offense. Um, and I'm feeling optimistic. -1 against the Broncos. I feel I can cover that, and I'm going to parlay that with Ravens -3 over the Lions. Lions have looked good, but they haven't seen a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, since the Patrick Mahomes game, which doesn't
Mhm.
really count because he had no weapons. So I
like
think
it.
I think the Ravens are going to not drop the ball, and I think they're going to win. So that's Ravens -3, Packers -1 for +264.
Okay.
All right. I
Okay.
think that's probably going to be an anti-parlay in my opinion, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, thanks for the optimism, Big Mo. Loving it, loving it. Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now this is where things get real. Bet number 3. I am picking the Dolphins -9.5. Now, my big alternate spread last week didn't work out, but you swing for the fences sometimes. You miss. This one's gonna hit. So we got Dolphins alternate spread -9.5. That is +417. Plus
Wow.
417.
They
So
have the capabilities to do it. I do agree with
they
that.
do.
I just
They do.
don't like alternate spreads this season because they have not worked well.
We
Yes.
all remember your last alternate spread minus what was it,
San
12 and a
Fran?
half for San
And they
Fran?
and they
They
I don't
lost.
think I don't think we have to remember that. We don't have to bring that back to the minds of the
Wait,
viewers. That was
what
I forget. Maybe it was the 49ers. I don't know, maybe.
was that one that he called a lock? I can't remember.
It was a lock. It was a
I
golden
can't
lock.
I can't remember either.
All I remember was Big Dick giving you a hard time.
How would you call me
Okay,
locksmith?
well,
Because I'm the only one picking locks
this week
around
I'm
here.
turning it around
Hence, he
minus
couldn't
nine
pick
and a
a
half
nose
for
if it
plus
were right in front of him.
417. It's a
Let him
lock.
talk.
Oh my
I think
goodness!
I
It's
think you're
just
going 0-3 for the second week. I think you're going to be 2-7.
all right, all right. That sounds like someone who just got passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna get me. It's not gonna get me a Lambo, but it might give me like a wheel. A few more of these, and I'll be bringing up to it.
You should not
Let's go.
mention things about Lambos. That's just going to get him too excited. Okay?
Do girls
Yeah, now
like
we-
you if you drive a Lamborghini? Not like I have issues getting chicks. Just wondering.
I don't think that matters, Big
No.
Dick. I think it's that you're ugly as fuck.
I was about to say. I think you could.
How
get,
about you
I
shut
think
the
that
fuck
Big
up?
Dick. Oh my god! I think Big Dick could get a lot of chicks as long as they're blind and deaf.
Yeah,
And
right.
dead.
All right.
All right.
So
Well,
those are my 3.
Okay.
All right. Well, should we go to me next or EPR? You want it?
Yeah.
we
Well,
can
let's
go to
do
you.
it. Let's go down in the order. Let's go Big Mo next.
All right. Well, yeah. So I am currently in third, but I'm only at a net of $93 profit. So what I'm gonna do this week, I'm gonna try and keep it nice and simple. I do have one parlay in there, but the other 2 are just straight line bets. And I'm hoping that this is going to be my first week going 3-0. Starting it off, though, I have money line for Penn State against Ohio State at plus 164. I think that
Wow.
Ohio State is a little bit depleted with injuries. And I think that Penn State, even though they don't really have the deep threat, is just an all-around better team. They have maybe the best linebacker core in the entire country. They have some top end talent in their secondary, and I think it's going to be a really solid game both ways. But I think Penn State, pulls it out and gets it done on the road.
Thought you were
I
about to say a lock. I thought you were
No,
about to say it. I heard it. I thought I heard it on the lips, and then
it's
you
not
you
it's not a lock.
refrained.
It's not a lock, but it's a good value bet, and there's a lot of potential that Penn State gets that job done.
Here's the thing. I don't agree with the bet because I honestly think Ohio State just wins games regardless. Penn State has been known to disappoint everybody when they shouldn't. They are a better all around team. I would agree with that. I just think college football means anything can happen. So even when, to your point, this is backing up your bet. If Ohio State should win that game, they might just absolutely come out with nothing, and Penn State completely dominates them.
You
That's
know
college
what?
football for you.
You know what? I'm changing it to a lock because EPR likes the other side, so it's a lock.
Okay. All right. All right. I hear enough from Big Dick. I don't need to hear it from you too. Jeez.
All right. Well, my next one actually is a lock. Even though it's a parlay, this is going into the world of hockey. Probably my most profitable betting area in sports gambling. And I'm actually, after we're done recording, I'm heading to one of these games, the Colorado Avalanche against the Chicago Blackhawks. Parlay is Avs money line and the Boston Bruins money line at minus 132. Both of those games are happening tonight. We did try. Every week we're going to post our bets before so that you guys can tail them.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's going to be settled by the time that the podcast drops tomorrow morning. So hopefully it's a nice win. Hopefully you guys all trailed it, and I would say that this is maybe the most confident lock that I've had in all of my bets on Big Dick's picks.
I love that one. I mean, obviously I'm a homer, but I 100% would back that. Does that mean that all of a sudden it's gone because I just agreed? I don't know, but
Shut up, EPR. Stop talking. I don't want you to fuck my bets up.
yeah.
Do you know what I think?
Hey,
Big Mo?
hockey, man.
Oh.
Hockey.
Oh, what
Yeah.
was that,
What
Big Dick?
was that, Big Dick?
Do you know what I think, Big Mo?
What?
I think you're wrong about everything.
Okay.
Man, he really lured you in on that one.
Yeah,
That was
like
a professional podcasting pause.
I
there,
like
Big
that he
Dick.
repeated
That was
himself
pretty
word
good.
for word just to get your attention to tell you that you're wrong. Such an ass.
I guess we'll see after the end of this week, Big Dick.
Yeah, we will.
All right, and for my third and final pick, I'm going back to one of the bets that Big Dick did. It is going to be the Volkanovski fight and Makachev. I think you said Makayev, I don't know, but Makachev, 4.5 rounds under. Not going to go the distance. I think that Volkanovski just coming off of the surgery is going to be too much. I think that Makachev is going to get him into some kind of armbar or grappling situation, and whatever he just got surgically repaired is not going to be able to last the entire fight. Those odds are plus 100, and that bet is this weekend. So I'm feeling real good about all three of my picks this week, boys.
Those were a lot of words for what I'm hearing. You're riding the dick a little bit. A little bit of a dick ride.
I'm not riding the dick. I didn't pick Makachev. I picked the under. So I am
Okay.
like off to the side, and the dick's
All
over
right.
there, and I'm like
All
looking
right.
at
You're
it.
just
but
you're
it's
just
not-
yeah, you're
it's-
just yeah, you're
I'm getting
like
cucked.
parallel
I'm getting
lines.
cucked.
Two
Yeah.
dicks next to each other, like parallel lines. There you go.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm the one cucking Big Dick, not the other way, but we'll see.
Perfect.
No shot.
He does not agree. Apparently.
All right. Well, let's kick it over to EPR. Currently in last place on the podcast. He has a total record of 1-5, and he is at. That can't be right. Let me look at this one more time. He's at minus $330 overall. So
It's
EPR,
a
what do you
positive
got?
last. It's a positive last.
Minus 330.
Somebody get EPR alone.
Fuck you. All right. I get it's off to a
Man,
rocky
come on,
start
man.
for me. I will turn it around. Yeah. I'm pretty much catching
Let's
all
hear
the
it.
flack from everybody, but for the time being, um, hopefully this week is a totally different story for me because I really do feel confident about it. I know I've said that from previous times, um, but this week's just feeling different, right? You got to have that optimism going forward. So for me, my first pick that I'm going with, and again, you guys could have already seen these, but I have the Avs with the spread, 1.5, and that's odds 148. And again, that is also on the game tonight. So Big Mo is going to be there. I'm going to be watching the game from the comforts of my own home without Big Dick being here. So it'll be actually peaceful. And I'm really going to be rooting for the Avs to just kick the crap out of Connor Bedard's team. So we've heard enough about him. He's a great player, no doubt. But if anyone's been watching the Avalanche, they are terrifying to play against. Even when they're outshot, they are still the better team somehow. So I think the spread is a fantastic, fantastic bet to take right now. The reason you had to do it was again just to boost those odds a little bit more. So
Make sure you get your prayers into the ultimate fair lady of the ungilded cage. For those of you at home who don't understand what that means, most of you probably don't. In the NHL, if you are down by a goal, maybe two, maybe three, but most of the time it's one goal late in the game, the team that's down will go ahead and pull their goalie. And so, say your prayers to the hockey gods that ungilded cage will allow the bountiful blessings
empty
of
netter.
pucks and biscuits as gifts. So I like that bet a lot, DPR.
That's the most poetic thing
That
I've ever
was.
heard about hockey, I think.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That's
I'm
legit.
yeah. I just out of curiosity, I don't mean to like take it away, but Salty, did you fall asleep? Or are you still with us?
Salty never sleeps. I'm just cracking at the bridge.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds
I
like
don't know how
two
he got
gorillas
it.
trying to fuck a toddler.
Whoa.
Big Dick does
You
not.
fucking have a toddler, I'll fuck your toddler.
Okay. we might have to censor that. We might have to censor that.
No, leave it in. Leave it in. Our followers are raw.
They are. Yeah, that is terrifying. All right, we'll just move to my second pick here. I'm back with a parlay. I know you can hear the booze.
Okay.
Um,
the red hot parlay coming in hot here. What do you got?
And here's the thing. This is why I really like Big Mo's picks this week. I have a parlay NHL bet again with Bruins, the Stars, and the Oilers to win. All money line for plus 177. They're all winnable games for those teams. I think the Oilers are starting to get back their chemistry. They're heating up. They're giving them enough power plays to at least win games. So if they don't win that one, we'll know that they're not going to go very far in the playoffs like usual. But I think the Stars are looking for a bounce back win after a disappointing loss to Vegas pretty last minute. I think the Bruins should win their game too. So to me, it seems like a pretty safe bet. Nothing crazy, but plus 177 odds for a 3-leg favored teams.
I do have a quick update for you on your bet, EPR.
Yeah, what's that?
The Oilers are currently playing against the Flyers and are losing 1-0. So the Flyers might be your buster 2 weeks out of here. So hopefully the Oilers
Hey,
can
it's okay.
pull it
You know, as it's always said, it's the darkest night before the dawn. You know, it's coming in. I believe.
But it's still early in the game, so I'm not too worried yet. The Oilers will be given power plays, and they usually score on them. And the Flyers aren't as good as they should be. So I have faith. I'm still okay with it. My last pick here, I have a NFL bet back to Amesy's corner. I have the spread on the Bills of -9. So I agree
There we
with
go.
his. We both have a
All right,
similar one.
we're going together. We're riding together. I like it.
Yep,
Riding
riding
each other's
together.
dicks.
Well, if you say so.
I wasn't gonna say it, but it was up there in the air. It was there.
It was there.
It
It
was
was there.
there.
But hey, the odds minus 110. Sure, is that spread pretty big? Yeah, decently. However, I really do. It kind of feels safe in my mind. It's very, very possible.
You'd almost like to say, it's a lock.
I'm not gonna say that because that's really not been my MO. So
That's okay. This is perfect. I'm saying it's a lock.
Okay,
EPR
back
is
me
saying
up.
maybe. This thing's going. It's gonna happen.
All right.
Prepare for EPR to go 0-3 as usual.
He just has zero
Oh,
confidence
shit.
in me. Zero confidence. I guess that's what you get when you already do this bad. But I accept it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see how Salty's picks, or EPR's picks do. I've been thinking about this the entire time. I am just absolutely fiending to find out what Salty's been cooking up under the bridge. Salty, what picks you got for us?
So, for Salty's first pick, Salty thinks that it's time for Dion Neon to learn a lesson again. They got exposed when CSU went to town and almost beat them in double overtime. So Salty thinks that he's gonna have to see what it's like to play another real team. That's why Salty's taking UCLA on the spread against CU.
What is that spread, Salty?
Salty says it's minus 15.5.
Oh, so you do believe in numbers, you motherfucker?
Yeah, he's lying.
I don't know. Salty doesn't know numbers.
All right.
Sounds like Big Bo's still salty about Salty not having a social security number over there.
Salty doesn't know his number.
And
I'm on
just
it.
for our listeners at home, CU does have a bye this week, so that will be next weekend. So you have plenty of time to follow Salty, see how he does on his first two picks, I guess his second and third pick. So Salty, what do you got for the other two?
You better follow Salty or he'll follow you. So
Salty knows where
Yikes.
everybody lives. So for Salty's second pick, Salty's taking the Las Vegas Raiders minus 162 over the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields and the boys don't even know which direction to go on the field. Salty thinks it's going to be a bloodbath.
wasn't that Big Dick's pick? Did they just agree on something?
I
Holy
think-
shit.
Oh
Damn.
my
Wow.
gosh.
I honestly like it.
Yeah.
Fuck
This
you.
I was like, this is the
Even
first.
in agreement, there's disagreement.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Fuck you guys. How about that?
I mean,
I just
to be
muted him.
fair-
I just muted him.
Good.
I
But to
cut
be
him
fair,
off.
Big Dick did have the parlay. Salty's got just the straight money line. I like Salty's over Big Dick in this this instance.
Are you saying that for your
Salty
safety?
loves you.
What's that, Salty?
I love that he loves me.
I am nervous.
All right, Salty, what's your third pick?
Salty thinks that Mickey Mouse and the boys are coming to town. Mickey Mouse is LeBron James, and the LA Lakers are the boys. They lived a fairy tale lifestyle. Mickey Mouse has never won a real ring. They're all fantasy.
So you got the what? What's your pick?
Salty thinks that the Denver Nuggets are going to win on the spread, -5 against the Lakers.
There we go. All right, he's
All
going
right.
against Big Dick. That makes more sense.
This one, I can actually confidently say I agree with Salty. Not only because that's just logical, but because he's so close to that stadium where he lives, he's seen it. So he's seen these guys practice.
Yeah, Salty, what's it like when people are leaving those games? Are they nice to you?
Salty doesn't show himself.
Oh, that's
Why?
that's really sad.
Why, Salty?
Salty spreads his sauce on the ground. They step in it.
Oh,
Landmines.
Why did you step out and talk to me though, Salty?
Salty likes you. Salty likes your money.
All right, I guess that makes sense, sort of. Not really, but okay, cool. Please don't follow me home after the Avs game tonight.
Salty already did.
Oh fuck!
Remember, he's
Don't
mobile.
turn around.
Looks like I'm bringing the pepper spray for the disrespectful celebration that I need to save for my walk home.
Oh man, terrifying, terrifying. Well, I like the pick though. Truthfully,
I do. I like
it's a
it
good
too.
one. He's definitely redeemed himself by not agreeing with Big Dick and doing the exact opposite. Kind of a disrespectful thing, you might say.
I love it. I absolutely love it, and I love that Big Dick could potentially lose with Salty moving up the leaderboard.
How about you shut the fuck up?
Is that all you fucking know how to say, Big Dick? You fucking
Yeah.
suck, buddy. Fucking mute this guy. Mute this guy. Get him out of
I
here.
tried. I literally did earlier. He's figured out how to unmute.
He's a magician.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like a
All right.
Microsoft call. You can mute somebody, but they can always unmute themselves if they know where the button's at. I think he's adapting.
Mm.
All right. Well, I guess before Big Dick is able to unmute himself again, I will go through and just read a recap of the picks. Every week, we're going to try and get the infographics up on our YouTube page so that you know when the bets are coming. We've got multiple requests from our listeners to do so. So we're going to try and do that. But recap of the bets. We got Big Dick picking a parlay, Jags, Pats, Raiders. He's got another parlay with Chimaev and Makachev. And then the Moneyline Lakers. And then moving over to Amesy in second place, he's got the spread bet for the Dolphins at -9.5, followed by a parlay with the Ravens at -3 and the Packers at -1. And then following up his third and final pick, he's got the spread Bills -9. I'll just jump over to EPRs because it's easier. He also has Bills -9.
Mhm.
He's got a parlay with the Bruins, the Stars, and the Oilers all money line, and then he's got the Avs -1.5. Moving to my picks, I have Penn State money line. I have a parlay absolute lock with the Avs and Bruins money line, and then I have under 4.5 rounds in the Volk and Makachev fight. And then finally, moving back to our second ever guest, Salty. His picks are the Denver Nuggets -5, Las Vegas Raiders money line, and UCLA -15 against CU next weekend. Odds can change, so try and get your picks in before those lines change.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you've made it to this point of the show, I think it's about time that we have the talk. What do you think, boys?
Yeah, sounds great.
The talk. The talk.
The talk. The talk.
You better be
And that
careful
is-
and distinguish what that is before Big Dick does something drastic.
All right, he's still muted. I can see him. He's good. All right, but yeah. So the talk for all of our listeners out there, if you've made it through all of our picks so far, if you have a problem with gambling, it's okay to reach out for help. Make sure you guys call the gambling hotline. That's 1-800-522-4700. If you're thinking about putting the mortgage on one of our bets, it's pretty fucking stupid. Probably call that phone number first. They're going to talk you off the ledge and maybe say, hey, just stick to the units that all the other boys are doing. Do $100. Come on. You don't need to put a whole fucking paycheck on it. Come on, buddy. Call the hotline. Again, that's 1-800-522-4700 if you have a gambling problem. And speaking of a gambling problem, that leads us to our favorite, our fans' favorite
Fan
of
favorite.
the week. Absolute fan favorite.
Gets us fired up every time.
It's the Ashtray Parlay. Woo!
Oh man, you're cutting out. You're cutting out. Come back to us.
The parlay was a little too intense there.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's because I didn't plug my throat hole.
Thank you, that's better.
It's the Ashtray Parlay every fucking week. We're gonna be giving you just the absolute most fiending parlay. The thought process is, you ever been in looking for a cigarette? You've been fiending. You start looking everywhere you possibly can. You visit Salty under the bridge, Salty's down there. He doesn't have darts. What do you think Salty is? You think he's a fucking bank for cigarettes? No, he's not. He's fucking Salty. He lives under a bridge and he paints the wall with shit. He's not gonna have a dart. I can already tell you he's not gonna have a dart. But just in case he does, you're still gonna walk down there. You're still gonna listen to him. You're still gonna talk about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about, and see if, hey, Salty, dig around in those pockets. Try and find a dart for me. And maybe, just maybe, Salty's in a good mood, and he robbed someone earlier who had darts, and he gives you one. And that's basically what we're looking for here. We're fiending. There's been two just absolutely brutal
It's
ashtray
been tough.
parlays.
It's been
Just-
tough.
When did the
Yeah,
last one
they're-
lose?
The first leg again.
And wait, what about the first one?
The one before that also lost on the first leg. But you know what? It's a hard life out there for the fiends when they're fiending for all of their cigarette money. So you know what? The odds can only swing against us for so long. I think they're going to come back in our favor. And I've absolutely cooked up the most Marlboro ashtray parlay this week. And starting it off,
Can't wait.
I have undefeated Air Force money line, followed by the boys down south playing the other boys down south. But the boys that I'm picking, Mississippi State plus 6.5 against Arkansas. Then we got another
Okay.
team from the south, but it's a little bit north of where the other south team was, but it's still the south. We got Memphis beating UAB. So they're
Mm.
yeah, they're more north, but you know what? Fuck that. I don't care. I'm not picking based
It's
off
like a
that. I just
geography
pointed
lesson.
it out. Yeah, yeah. And then we're going not the south, going to Cincinnati money line over Baylor. Followed by that, we got Tennessee covering the spread against Alabama plus 9. I don't think they're gonna win by that much, but we'll see. Then following that, we have the most atrocious offense, but the best defense, Iowa beating Minnesota at home. Then we got Nebraska EPR over Northwestern. I knew you'd like that one, boy.
Better.
The next leg, and oh wait, I have quite a few more. Next leg is Wisconsin money line. Followed by that, we have the team that fucked one of my bets last week. So I'm just gonna ride them. This week, and we're going to Oklahoma State money line over West Virginia. Following that, we got Toledo over Miami, Ohio. Then we got Florida Atlantic against UTSA. And then San Jose State against Utah State, the fake Aggies, as I like to call them. Big
They
Dick
are.
wrote them last week, but he was wrong. So, yeah, we're taking San Jose State over Utah State. Then we got Michigan. They've been stealing signs, so I think they're going to blow out Michigan State. I got Michigan minus 24.5.
Whoa.
Following that, we
Damn.
have Utah plus 7 against USC. And then finally, we have UCLA's tune-up game for CU. We got UCLA money line against Stanford. That is a total of 15 legs. It's the most fiending parlay that we've put together just yet. But those odds are plus 207,369. $1 wins you $2,074.69.
That's
I've
a
never
lot
felt
of
more confident.
Marlboros. That's a
I've never
ton.
felt more confident about a bet. I mean, like that's, jeez.
Dude, that
I
almost
don't
made
know.
me
I mean,
want to pick up smoking. My fingers are itching while you were listing those off. But you pretty much just listed like you said 15 legs. What it would
15.
Is this like a Thanksgiving dinner? You're inviting all your family over, and you need more chairs. How many legs do you think you were going for?
Dude, that's gonna be like 3 fucking Lamborghini wheels right there. You know,
Oof.
that's gonna be 4 wheels. I don't have a car, but I might have 4 wheels.
Wow, that is
Got as many legs as Salty does. 15.
very
It's
stable.
like a centipede.
Those aren't legs. Those aren't legs.
Oh no.
He's
All
not.
right, well,
he's
I
not
think
listening.
Salty might have gotten arrested or something. I don't know. I'm honestly shocked that he's been around, that it has been around this
Oh.
entire podcast.
You better get it right, you motherfucker.
Oh, he's still there.
He was just waiting. He just wanted
What
to
was going
see.
on? What was going on, Salty? Were you fighting off another hobo or what?
Someone slipped on my sauce on their way to the Avs game, and then I got arrested. But I got away. Again.
Man, you're slippery,
Man,
Salty.
that was
He is slippery,
very,
but
exciting last 10 minutes for you.
yeah.
I never get excited.
This is scary. Very scary.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you didn't get arrested, Salty. I'm glad you slipped away back to your troll bridge.
Everyone tail that ashtray parlay. Come on, throw $1 on it. Have some fun with us. We've got a good feeling
think
about
that
it. We
we're
get past
going
that
to at
first leg.
least- yeah, we're going to make
it's
it
done.
past the first leg.
Oh, yeah.
I have a good feeling we're making it past the first leg.
That's why I picked Air Force this week. I was like, if they lose, then fuck me. EPR is ready to start doing the ashtray parlay then.
Uh-huh. Yep.
First
Yep.
leg for the ashtray parlay going forward. If it's not like minus 1,200, it's got to be more than that.
Well, what happened to the last teams that were undefeated that you picked? What? I think they both lost. So
I was hoping no one would bring that up, but yeah, I had an anti-parlay.
I'm gonna get my digs
my
in.
picks. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, you'd think that the two undefeated teams in the NFL would both remain
Stay
undefeated
undefeated.
against
Yeah.
two teams that they should beat. But you know what? Hey, I guess that's the way she goes, right?
It is. It is.
Now that we're done with the ashtray, we're on to the butt of the week, right?
Yes, we are.
Oh.
We are on to the butt of the week.
A good
Amesy,
week for
I
it.
think you have one, right? You've been fiending
I
to tell
do.
us.
I do have a butt of the week, and I think part of it is because maybe it's just I'm with my two Colorado State co-hosts, as well as not exactly a big Deion Sanders fan, but the Colorado game, man. I mean, did you guys watch Colorado Stanford? And then almost more importantly, did you see how Deion looked in that post-game press conference, and then watching it again on SNL, just cracking up? If you guys haven't seen it, you should see that SNL of Deion Sanders post game. It's it'll just make you laugh. And laughing at Deion is can be something. It can be fun sometimes.
I watched it about 4 times.
Oh, it's
very,
hilarious.
very satisfying to see a little humbling action for Coach Prime, right?
Yep.
You know what? Now that you say that, I just had an epiphany. When I met Salty, he was watching the second half highlights, and he had his hand down his pants. So it's all coming together with that Deion hate and what I experienced under the bridge.
No wonder we let him on the podcast. It all makes sense now.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
It
What do you
does.
guys
Alright.
got?
Well,
EPR, take it away.
yeah, he actually took my butt of the week. That was my butt of the week.
Oh, we can pile on. We could pile on.
But right, it doesn't stop there on the topic of Colorado. There were multiple butts of this week, and I can defer. So let's just go to the other obvious one. How about the Colorado State game against Boise State, the team they've literally never beat for 16 years or 14 years, something like that. Like, just too many years in a row of watching those Smurfs always beat down the Rams. And wouldn't you know it, they were beating down the Rams again all the way into the fourth quarter. And they're leading them by a pretty good margin. It's not like Boise State wasn't scoring. And with 9 minutes or so left, you think the game's done, right? You're up by a solid 21 points. No. Colorado State comes back with hardly any time on the clock left. They successfully get an onside kick and do it again. And the only reason the second one didn't count is because a penalty was called. So they not only had to try that again, they got the ball back, scored on a Hail Mary, and then won in overtime.
No, they
Or
won on
not in overtime. They avoided overtime, what I meant to say, because of the extra point. And kind of embarrassing for Boise State to lose that badly. So wasn't as satisfying as seeing Coach Prime get humbled just because of the before and after picture, but easily just as impressive of a comeback win.
Crazy game.
So there are some crazy games this weekend. So butt of the week for me will be Boise State.
I just have to tell a quick story with that as well. One of my boys, his alma mater is Boise State, and he was talking shit throughout the entire game,
Hmm.
and it was just the perfect cherry on top the way that CSU came back. But the reason this is funny, the week before that, he was chirping me because I was at the Bears versus Broncos game. He's like, "Oh, Bears suck or Broncos suck, Broncos suck." And then guess what? Basically the exact
Same
same
thing.
thing happened. So maybe we can get him on the pod and he can
Get
throw
him
you
on the
guys some
pot,
anti
we can
parlays, anti picks.
yeah, we
Uh,
won't tell him. We'll say he had some great picks, but then we'll all just pick the opposite and make hundreds.
I love it.
Genius. Big brain moves. What's
All
your butt
right,
of the week,
boys.
Big Mo?
I have a butt of the week that could be the butt of the week every single week. But
Oh.
this one's relevant because there was some news that just came out of this league. My butt of the week goes to the NHL commissioner, Gary Bettman. They are currently Gary. Yeah. Now this guy, he's done a lot for the game, but he's also fucked it up in a lot of ways. It's kind of a well-known thing that after the Stanley Cup is brought out and Gary Bettman's talking, every single person in the stadium is booing, and that's been the way for decades. So everybody hates the guy, but this thing that he is now pushing might be another reason to hate him. They are currently discussing getting rid of the centralized NHL draft. They're going to be going to separate locations, kind of like the NFL or NBA, and I just think that that is well deserving of the butt of the week. I mean, those kids work their entire lives. They move away, play junior hockey or college, and then get drafted. All they want to do is go up on the stage, get the jersey, put the hat on, smile in front of the cameras. It's your
I know.
draft day. Now they're going to lose it. They're going to be at home instead, watching it on their couch, just like the NFL or NBA. I think that is well deserving of the butt of the week.
To me, it makes no sense because the NHL gets the least publicity. They're trying to grow the sport. How does that help it? In my mind,
Oh.
that hurts it. And I agree with you. Like the most fun part about it is seeing them go up on that stage, take their picture, grin ear to ear. It doesn't matter if they're getting drafted to a crappy team; they're stoked.
Yeah, I mean probably one of the best days of those young players' lives,
Oh
and
yeah.
I mean it's still going to be great if you get drafted at home with your friends and family, but you could make a weekend out of it, have your whole family in attendance, watch you go up on stage and smile with the jersey and the hat on and hold up whatever number you got drafted.
Some of my favorite videos of recaps of legendary players always cut back to that first scene where they're getting their name called and they're walking up on that stage. So that'd be a true shame to take that out.
Totally
Boo,
agree.
boo, Gary Bettman.
Boo.
Agree.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo you,
Ultimate
Gary.
Boo.
Even
Fucking right,
Salty.
Salty.
Yeah.
You can hardly tell who was who.
All right, well, if that's all, boys, I think that concludes this week's episode. Unless you guys want to throw anything up on the futures boards, I don't have anything for this week's futures board.
Nothing this week.
I don't have anything to add to the futures board, but I do have an amendment,
Okay.
briefly, that I need to correct from last week. Just it ties in with my futures board. I mentioned the future Logan Cooley, right? And I accidentally, when I was mentioning what team Arizona, that's where he's really playing, I said Columbus for some stupid reason, and totally meant Fantilli in that situation. My future stays the same, Logan Cooley. Still believe that's strong for me, but just wanted to be a little admonished, I guess, in saying the wrong name. So if anyone picked up on that, I apologize. Fantilli, Cooley, not the same guys. Both highly touted prospects coming into their rookie year. So
Both studs.
both studs,
All
both
right.
studs, but Cooley is
Hockey,
more of a stud.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you for the correction there, EPR, and thank you to our very special guest, Salty. Salty, any closing remarks that you'd like all our listeners to hear?
Thank you for having Salty. I love you all.
Oh, we
All
love you
right,
too,
well,
Salty.
Yeah, we love you, Salty. And if anyone sees Salty
man.
under the bridge, he's not scary. Just give him money, and
Yeah.
he will not smear shit on you.
And he'll
But
actually
don't go
place it
under
on
his
our
bridge.
bets. So
Yeah,
that's
really,
true.
you're just helping his future.
Yep, help Salty's future, and help our future by tuning in next week. This week was a little weird for our release dates. If you all are not aware, we do all have full-time jobs outside of this, so every once in a while, something will get in the way, and we have to push it back. But we'll be very clear and upfront with all of you. If that is going to happen, make sure to follow us on all of our different social media pages. We are streaming on Spotify and YouTube for our podcast. We also have an X account, or formerly known as Twitter, and that handle is at Big Richard's Picks. Big Dick's Picks was already taken, and then on
Imposters.
Instagram we are also at Big Richard's Picks. I'd
That
highly
being said,
recommend.
make sure you don't go to Big Dick's Picks. It might not be a betting podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure the
Yeah.
apostrophe is there, or just go to our social media accounts like the Instagram page or anything else and just click our links. Click our links.
Yeah, it's way
Pretty
easier
easy.
than looking up dick pictures on YouTube, and that's the
You're
that's
it's
the resounding
surprises.
feedback that I've gotten is, hey, I tried looking up your podcast, and all I saw was dick pictures. One of my friends actually gave me a call. He said, "Why the fuck are you sending me dick pics?" It's like, no, it's a podcast. Check it out. It is not a dick pic. It is Big Dick's Picks, aka Richard. So check us out at Big Richard's Picks on X and Instagram, or Big Dick's Picks on YouTube or Spotify.
With the
But
apostrophe.
with the apostrophe.
Mhm.
Well, on Spotify, not on YouTube. Sorry for the confusion.
They'll figure it out, hopefully.
They'll figure it out. But anyways, we have our next podcast set to drop on 10/25/2023. That is next Wednesday in the morning. We're going to record that Tuesday, get those picks out for you so that hopefully you can all follow. And without further ado,
See ya!